Welcome to Transmission Podcast. I'm your host, Cecilia Lynn-Jacobs. For the next little while, we invite you to speculate on the possibility of life on Proxima b, the closest known planet outside of our solar system that has the potential to support life. In each episode, we question what would happen if we suddenly knew we were no longer alone in the universe, and what that would mean for humanity to become an interstellar civilization. Please, stay close. As we prepare for our premiere in Edinburgh of the full, distributed, mixed reality version of Transmission, we're sitting down with the show's creative team to talk about the project and how it's all coming together. On this episode, we speak with the show's actors about their experiences bringing Transmission to life. Please, stay close. So, here we are, hanging out around the table of our Airbnb / sleeping place. /set. It's post-lunch, yeah, it's quiet. Afia, since you started talking, do you want to introduce yourself and tell the microphone and the listeners who you are and why you're here?
Okay, my name is Afia, and I play Mackenzie, who is the little girl who likes to annoy her mom. I like dogs. Not as a kid, I don't know if the character likes dogs, but I like dogs, and my favorite color is blue, and I really like hot chocolate, and I think Canada is a very interesting place.
And that is where we are today.
And I'm addicted to Harry Potter.
Yes. Yeah. So for the past 3 days, we've been shooting and recording scenes in Toronto, thanks to York University and Ian Garrett, our creator person. And we just wanted to get the cast all together and talk about our experience and just have like a conversation about what it's like being in this production and what we ourselves would do if something like this were ever to happen. This being intercepting contact from another civilization. Great. So I'm Cecilia Lynn-Jacobs. You know me as your Transmission Podcast host, but I also play Anna, who is Afia's character's Mackenzie's mom, who she doesn't like all that much. And then next to me, we have Afia's real mom and another character. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Aizzah, and I am playing Zada.
Great, and then around next to Zada is...
Hi, I'm David Glista, and I play Dr. Joel Horton.
Hi, I'm Youssif, and I play Youssif.
Great.
I am Leila, and I play Leila.
I'm Kate Ladenheim. I play Stephanie Harshaw. I also get to be the associate producer of this production. Excellent. I work with the creator person, Ian, very closely.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time together, but I think Kate and Ian at this table probably spend the most time together. And then on the phone we have with us Nada. Could you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Nada Humsi. I am originally from Syria. I came to Canada in September 1999 as an immigrant, and I haven't been working in art for the first few years, and then I was back to my profession as an artist, and now I am playing the mother of Zada and Leila, and the wife of Youssif.
Wonderful. And Nada, since we're talking to you already, can you tell us a little bit how you ended up involved in this production?
I don't know. I think it was an email that was forwarded to me. I think Ian was looking for a Syrian actress or actor or actors. And I approached him. I told him I am Syrian. And then we arranged it, and here I am. Yesterday was my first day. And we still have more days to come.
Yes, it's true. So all of the people sitting around the table with me will be joining me and the rest of our cast and crew in Edinburgh, Scotland, for the Fringe Festival for the rest of our performance. And then, does anybody else want to share how they ended up involved in this production? I think there are so many different people who came around, who came to this in different ways. Afia, you want to start?
Okay, so basically, my mom was like, "Hi, Afia, do you want to go to Canada?" And I was like, "Sure, I want to go to Canada," because I've never really been to Canada. I've never really been out of the country. And then
That's not true.
Well, I have. Wait, I have?
Yeah.
Well, I have been out of the country. Change that. So I have, and then my classmates told me that they put maple syrup on everything here, but that is not accurate. So I was disappointed. I was very disappointed, but it's fine.
Okay, great. And then, Aizzah, how did you end up involved in
Sure,
transmission?
I have to say thanks to Facebook. And Ian and I actually maybe briefly met in 2012 when I was there with a solo show that I was performing in Edinburgh. And we had a lot of people in common. A bunch of people I met actually while I was in Edinburgh. And then I saw a posting for this play, and it seemed like a really cool play and a really cool part, because it's not often that you as a woman of color and a performer, that you actually get to just play a really cool scientist, who's kind of dealing with all the family stuff that's going on too, with Zada and her family and her sister. So I just thought it was a really, really great project, and that's how I ended up being here.
That's wonderful. Actually, Youssif, I actually don't know how you ended up involved in this.
It was
as well.
Similar in the sense that someone forwarded me an email saying that they were looking for an older Arab male, and it's actually a theater company I work with in New York called the Noor Theater,
yes.
Which is a group of wonderful Middle Eastern and South Asian brown actors of different ethnicities, and they just sent me this email, and I forwarded my picture, resume, and some clips of work that I've done to Ian, and we had many people in common that we both worked with, and so that's it. It was a really quick process, just a couple of days, and I have family here in Toronto, and I leaped at the opportunity to come see them and work on this cool thing.
Great. And then, Leila, I know that you and Ian have known each other for a long time, so I thought I'd kind of say you. So, yeah, can you tell us a little bit about that? Because again, not entirely clear on this.
So Ian and I met at the California Institute of the Arts, where I was there getting my master's in acting, and while I was there, I decided to participate in the Edinburgh Fringe program. And Ian was one of the administrators and drivers of that program. So I created an original piece called Silken Veils, and so we went to the Edinburgh Fringe with it, and they got 5 stars, and we came all a lot of hoopla about it, so we decided to bring it back for a second year, and Ian was part of bringing that back again for a second year. And then there's a residency program called Indie Convergence that we both started participating in, so we've basically been collaborating on and off for about the last 5 or 6 years. So when he invited me to join this project, I said sure, and I didn't ask any questions. So it's one of those things that we always have a common interest in exploring new topics and new technologies and combining new forms of theater together.
Very cool. And then actually, Dave and I have worked together before briefly. And then Dave, do you or do Kate want to talk about how you ended up involved in this? Kate, I want to hear about you and be like how it is to be like part of the cast, but also very much a part of the person who makes the trains run on time and that everybody gets to their trains appropriately. But yeah, do you guys want to take that away for a second and then we can circle around?
Sure, I can start.
Yeah, go ahead, Kate.
So I got connected with Ian in last year at some point. Ian and I are part of this like kind of wonderful and crazy Slack team of artists and nerds. And Ian, who posted, somebody on the Slack team, it might have been Ian, it might have been somebody else, posed the question of like, what would the perfect theater space look like if you could design it from scratch? And everybody just left on this question. There was like everybody had opinions. There was so many opinions flying around. Ian and I come from very different backgrounds. I also produce a nomadic series in New York called Crawl, so I am used to doing things in all sorts of places on very tiny budgets and in a very kind of like scrappy way. And Ian is really lucky to work in academia, so he generally is coming at things with a lot of resources and a lot more rules. So we got into this great discussion about what you can do and on how much and with what resources. And this Slack conversation became a phone call about the nature and ethics of immersive theater. And it became a sharing of our projects and mutual interests. And one of the projects that was shared was transmission. And he was like, I'm working on this thing called transmission, and it's awesome. And he sent me the script, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Can I come? This is obviously a very oversimplified timeline, but essentially Ian said yes. And then I got involved in the project. In terms of how I got onto the show, I have a background in immersive theater, and we were short an actor for our upcoming trip to Edinburgh. And on one of our production calls, he was like, I don't know, who can be Stephanie? And I was like, me. So that's kind of how that happened. And by kind of, I mean exactly. So that is how I got involved in this project.
Yeah.
And
I remember hearing about this project from you months before I was involved, and then eventually you were talking about this, and then you turned around to me and goes, Ian needs an actor of color who has a dance immersive theater background who also can do voiceover and has podcast experience. And I was like, well, I don't think I'm ever going to be offered a project that involves all of my skill set.
Right?
So I think I should probably use that. So that's how I ended up on board. And now I've been talking to our dear listeners for a few weeks. It's been amazing. Yes.
I guess it's on to me.
It's all takes.
I actually wound up on board because I went to see one of these nomadic performances that Kate produced. Kate and I have been friends since we were at school in Boston. And we went out afterwards to catch up, and she started explaining to me what she had been working on since the last time I had talked to her, months prior to that. And then through talking about the show that was about First Contact and the travel, and it was being produced at the Fringe, Kate mentioned that there was a part that she thought I could fill really well. I have a background in dance with some acting and also technical theater doing lighting design. So just all aspects of it really interested me. And I got an email with the script and an introduction to Ian. We had a little chat and decided to go for it.
Cool. So I want to know what the process has been like for each person. So if we can talk a little bit about like your favorite part or something that stood out to you, we can go for it. Afia, do you want to go first, or do you want some time to think about that?
I can go first.
Go for it. You seem to be good at going first.
Okay. So I think that everything is like really fun because it's just really fun, and So I thought